Yeah, what's good, gang? Time back in the video. And today, boys, we're here to talk about the San Francisco 49ers versus the Pittsburgh Steelers week one. If you're new here, subscribe. Haven't uploaded on this channel in a minute. My bad. I'm back, though. We are going to be uploading at least twice a weekly. I want to upload the 49ers recap, so their game, and then I want to do an NFL recap. I'm going to do it tomorrow for I just want to watch the Bills and the Jets tonight, and then I want to do a game recap for all the teams I watched, basically, and talk about some of the best games. So yeah, that's just what I want to start doing. So yeah, if you're new here, subscribe, like and comment on the video. It does help push the video out to more people. Would be greatly appreciated. If you have nothing to comment, just comment a number. I don't know, something random, just anything. But yeah, let's get into this 49ers versus Steelers recap. Oh shit, wrong thing. I don't know why I clicked on that. Here we go. We're gonna look at the box score and just talk about it. I did watch the game. I was at work for like the first hour, right? So I was watching it on my phone, and my phone almost died. So there was I missed like a drive because I had to go plug my phone in, or I was gonna miss it. So completely. But the final score ends up being 30-7. Just a great performance by really all answers a lot of questions about the 49ers. So we still got I got one concern really mainly. We'll talk about that, but coming in, we're gonna start with Mr. Brock Purdy himself. You know, he's the guy. That's all I really got to say. I was a big Trey Lance believer. I still kind of am. I think he could be good if he gets a chance to play. He just really never got a chance to play. Traded him. But that just shows the confidence they have in Brock Purdy. You know, if you're willing, like most NFL franchises feel stupid for making that trading up for a guy and then starting the seventh rounder over him, right? But the 49ers said, hey, we fucked up, but we believe this guy is our guy, and we're going to stick with it. So, Brock Purdy looks like he did versus all those games. I know he got hurt every other game, though. Brock Purdy looks good. He makes all the right plays, doesn't do too much, and then randomly he'll do something that not Jimmy Garoppolo couldn't do. That's how I would say Garoppolo played for the Niners. He never did too much. He just played his role. The Niners never really won because of Jimmy Garoppolo. They won because he didn't fuck it up. And that's kind of how Brock Purdy plays. But then Brock Purdy does these I'm not saying he's Russell Wilson, but these Russell Wilson kind of plays where he just makes something happen. I remember always watching the Niners versus Seahawks. It looks like you got him, and then Russell Wilson just makes a play. Whether it's he scrambles for a first down, he evades a sack and finds a guy downfield. Brock Purdy does that, and it's just something that Jimmy Garoppolo didn't have. Trey Lance, we didn't really see it from him, but we never really saw Trey Lance, so who knows, right? But Brock Purdy just makes a play, and he's a baller. He just makes a play randomly, and he does his thing. The one big play I could think of is Minkah Fitzpatrick coming off Brock Purdy's coming off his weak side to the left off of a blitz. Free, nobody touched him. Brock Purdy just spins out of it, rolls out to his left, throws across kind of contorts his body, throws it, finds Deebo Samuel, first down, moves the chains. And that's just something we would have never seen from a guy like Jimmy Garoppolo. So he has the chance. He has big play potential on, in his willingness to attack down the field, which we just never did with Garoppolo. I don't know if it's just Kyle Shanahan knew Jimmy Garoppolo is not throwing that and not confident. Brock Purdy's confident. He trusts his reads. He usually, if he sees the guys open, he throws with anticipation. He doesn't get flustered. He just makes the right play. And then he extends the play and makes a play himself when he needs to, and it's nice. So yeah, I think he answers a lot of questions. His arm looks fine. He had a couple scary things where his arm did get hit. I think it just shows how freaky the Hassan Reddick injury was. It's not a thing that usually happens, and it's not. I don't think we should be concerned really with his arm at all. And maybe if he starts throwing the ball 40 times a game and multiple weeks, he might get a little soreness, but who knows. And he also made some plays on the ground. That one was it a third down scramble? They showed it on TV. His little smiling point, and it was nice to see him back out there. Christian McCaffrey, though, dude, this trade. I know we gave up a lot, but Christian McCaffrey's a fucking baller. And our offense has really looked so good with him in there. And him and Brock, kind of came in around the same time, and the offense has looked really good ever since. 150 yards, had a big 67-yard run. I can't remember exactly what it is, where he just makes a guy miss, and then our receivers having exceptional blocking, especially Brandon Aiyuk decleating the guy, and then Ray McCloud just keeping with the play and blocking Patrick Peterson. Sorry if you hear dogs. They're all downstairs with me. My mom's on a call. I'm recording. They're playing with toys, and if you hear squeakers in the background, my bad. But yeah, CMC is just he's a dog. I would like to see him not get 22 carries, especially because watching him in the second half, like the game was out of. He really shouldn't have got a carry in the fourth quarter. At that point it was 30-7. The game's over. I would have liked us to give Elijah Mitchell more than 5 carries. Elijah Mitchell is still a very capable running back. He's good. I would like to see Christian McCaffrey get 5 less carries, Mitchell get to 10, because we don't want those guys hurt. We want them for the year, please. Then let's talk about the receivers. Mr. Brandon Aiyuk, who I think is our true receiver number one. Deebo Samuel obviously is so great after the catch and all that stuff, but as a pure route runner, just actually running routes and just being hands. I think and ball skills. I think Brandon Aiyuk is our number one guy. He really showed it. Routed up Patrick Peterson, made him fall. Then he goes and catches a fade, go ball. Just a great throw by Purdy, back shoulder, right to Brandon Aiyuk where he could get it, and touchdown. 8 for 129, 2 touchdowns. He looked fantastic. By the way, Brandon Aiyuk is my favorite 49er. I extend that, man. We did clear up a lot of cap space. I would like to see him for a couple more years on the squad, right? Because is he a free agent after this year? I don't know. I got to look at that. But then Deebo Samuel, 5 receptions for 55 yards. Nothing really too crazy, to be honest. Deebo also got a couple carries, 2 for 8. Deebo's a really good receiver, great guy, great at just throwing the ball. Give him the ball on a screen, and he might take that shit 80 to the crib. I expect a bigger year from Deebo Samuel. He had that great, fantastic year, and then had some injuries in the contract holdout last year, and then But this year, I expect him a little bit more from Deebo. I think he's going to be 1,000. I think we're going to have 2. I think Aiyuk and Deebo Samuel both break 1,000 yards this year. So, yeah. Then Mr. George Kittle, man, only 3 catches, 19 yards. Had the key first down mover on our first drive, on our first touchdown drive. Third down, Brock Purdy finds George Kittle for a first down. I think Kittle's so weird because he'll have games like this where he just gets 3 catches for 19 yards, and then he'll have one where he gets 4 catches for 200 yards. George Kittle's just it's so random when he just goes off, but he's such a key blocker, and what he can be after the catch and catching, it's such a threat. And this team has so many weapons. Today it was Christian McCaffrey, Brandon Aiyuk. Next week it might be Deebo Samuel, George Kittle. That's just how it works with this team. And then Christian McCaffrey caught a couple of passes. Nobody else caught any passes. Is what it is. All right, yeah. Offense though, basically to recap them, I think they played really well. Looked nice football out there. They slowed down a little bit in the second half, I would say, because we were up so big. There's no reason to they kind of just get into that pound the rock, get rid of, just finish this game. We don't need to air it out, yeah, kind of. Honestly, that first half was amazing, and you get such a lead, you don't really have to run your full offense at that point, and you're going to get rid of the let's finish this game out kind of mode. So let's talk about the defense, man. Looks like the best in the league, right? Obviously, we haven't watched the Jets. I think a lot of people have hyped them up, but I think the Niners are going to stay there. I think one thing I want to talk about, our corners, our secondary looks better. Well, not better. It looks good. That was a big concern I kind of had. Charvarius Ward, I think he's a really good corner. He's means so much to this 49ers defense. He's actually really, this was a thing a couple years ago when Josh Norman, Emmanuel Mosley was hurt. We had Josh Norman. We signed Rashawn, Jackrabbit Jenkins. Who else we had out there? But the Niners defense was good, but they gave up so many. Our corners just sucked, and this year I think it started. Travarius Ward's our number one guy, and then Ambry Thomas actually got the start, which is kind of weird. I didn't think he was gonna play. I'm be honest, I have no idea. He did he cleared concussion protocol. He didn't play in the second half. Diamador Lenore went to the outside, and we had Isaiah Oliver slide into the nickel spot. But they played really good throughout the first half. I guess like our second, the 95-yard Pittsburgh, their only touchdown drive, the defense played really good, and then Pittsburgh just got going. Like, they got in that 2-minute drill. Offense just, Pickett was actually kind of dicing up a little bit. That gets hard to stop. They have momentum, and it's a hurry-up thing, and they're just go, go, go. It gets a little hard, but that's the only touchdown drive they allowed. There's not really a criticism for the defense. I guess, the only thing you really wanted to see, Diamador Lenore had that penalty, which was illegal contact, which I think was kind of BS. If they called holding or something or pass interference, I would have thought it so, but, it was in the red zone. I don't know. I think it was right at 5 yards. I don't think it should have been a penalty. I guess Fred Warner, Fred Warner had a pick six that he dropped, but then he kind of, not made up. Fred Warner's a fucking dog. Holy shit. When he flew right into that gap and smacked Najee Harris, I was like, holy shit, that shit was fire. I love watching Fred Warner and Dre Greenlaw play. I think our linebackers they're so good, dude. Watching them boys play is something special. And then our secondary is looking elite. Talanoa Hufanga catches a pick after a Fred Warner deflection, laterals it to Sean Gibson. Unlucky, I wish it wasn't a forward lateral. It was sick though. I love the confidence they're playing. They're just going. Hufanga's such a baller, dude. He just reads, goes. He don't hesitate at all. He just plays. That's all he does. Mr. Drake Jackson though, shout out to him. 3 sacks. His first sack was a coverage sack. Pickett had nowhere to go. Then he's good. I like him. I think he reminds me a lot of I know D Ford didn't play and had injury issues, but D Ford, I think he could kind of be like that. When D Ford was good, I think he's going to be like the 8-sack, 10-sack guy, speed rusher that gets a lot of one-on-one chances in passing downs because Nick Bosa is taking up 2 guys. And I think he could really have a good year. I think he could be our third down. I don't know how he is in the run game. I'll be honest. I guess I need to watch, but I don't know. But he looks like he's that kind of level of replacing D Ford's production. Remember when we had Bosa and D Ford, where he's the speed guy off the edge, and he's so athletic, dude. He's such a freak. And then, yeah, if he continues, have a great sophomore year, it'd be nice. Hargrave got his first sack as a Niner. Honestly, it was kind of quiet, but he got his sack. He's not. Javon Hargrave does so much for the defense that is not he's not going to he's not going to light up the stat sheet and all that stuff, but he just does so much for the defense where if they don't help, Hargrave could wreck a game because of how good of a pass rusher he is, and it helps get pressure off Nick Bosa and guys like Drake Jackson where they can't just go one-on-one everywhere. Hargrave might need to be double teamed because Hargrave could wreck a game too. So I'm really excited to continue watching this group. And then Clelin Ferrell, I think he played really good. Yeah, Bosa didn't get a sack, but Bosa was also double teamed the whole time. So that is what it is. I want to see some more out of Javon Kinlaw. I didn't see him a lot out there, but I want to see him. I don't know. Shit. Is that really? I don't really have much to say. They balled out. They looked really good. One thing I do want to talk about is the offensive line. Trent Williams did come out for a play, went right back in. I haven't seen any reports or anything, so I think he's healthy. I think he's good. We're good. We don't need to look at stats no more. But the only concern I have is I feel like our biggest question mark is the offensive line, especially that right tackle's position. Colton McKivitz. I don't know, were they all on him giving up the 3 sacks to TJ Watt? Obviously, every defensive lineman is not TJ Watt, but Colton McKivitz is kind of the weak link of the O-line, I think. And so edge rushers are going to attack him, right? It's not we got to, if you see Trent Williams is the tackle, as our left tackle, I'm going over to the other side and rushing on Colton McKivitz every time.
And I think that's what he's going to see the best pass rusher for other teams a lot of the time because Trent Williams is on the other side of him. So he's got to bounce back, or we're gonna have to see something. Jalen Moore, we have him there too. Who else? I don't even know who else our other right tackle, because Jalen Moore's kind of our left tackle. I don't know. Anyway, so Colton McKivitz is still a big question mark for me, and so is this kind of interior offensive line. Spencer Buford had 2 penalties. He had a holding call. The hell was the other one? He had another one, but I can't remember. It wasn't holding. It was something else. I can't remember what it was. Aaron Banks looks solid, though. I no complaints. So does Jake Brendel. I guess we get to see next week against the Rams with Aaron Donald. I think it's Brock Purdy's first time playing the Rams too, so should be interesting. I'll see y'all then. Yeah, let me know your thoughts and opinions. Peace.
Oh shit! Didn't hit end.